Right.
You know,
And you know
and I
what,
think
bro?
that's very important.
You know what? You know, and this something I learned. I had to learn. Um, you know, like us talking one on one. It wasn't to a situation where if you're a part of like a team player. They do this in school too, like a team project and stuff.
Right.
What they're trying to teach us is to operate not in a vacuum with other people. So they teach us these things in school. So a lot of people, they can't operate well with other people. Even on when you do sports, you got to deal. It's all about the team. That's the main goal, winning for the team, not about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We used to call people ball hogs or whatever, stuff like that. So,
buying in.
That's the situation. Yeah, that's the situation, bro. And like you say, just like, what we're dealing with. Every time we talk, it's some growth there. I'm going to grow because, I'm vibing with you. Okay, man, I ain't look at it how you said. But, most people go into a situation when they're having a discussion in their mind. I'm just trying to defend what I believe in, and I'm trying to be right.
At all costs.
So
at all costs.
Yeah, at all costs. So it'll never be no growth, with that type of mentality.
See, therein lies the issue, B. Therein lies the problem right there. Because I am locked in what I believe, how I believe, what I believe, the way I believe, and I'll be damned if somebody come in and challenge that. I'll be damned. Right. I'm locked in.
Right.
I'm not. And those people that have that particular mentality, though, you can't really talk to them. You can't present anything new to them. And don't even try because it will end up being an argument. Not even to prove your point, just to share the information.
Right. I mean,
because I'm locked in.
No, it never ceased to amaze me, bro. I don't have so many different topics and discussions with different people.
Yes, sir.
And, and a lot of times, we think we really sharp or whatever until we meet somebody that might be sharper than us. But then you feel some type of way a lot of times. Because it's always somebody got more. Yeah, it's always somebody got more knowledge than us. So, I try not to say stuff as matter-of-factly, this matter-of-factly type of thing.
From my perspective.
From my perspective, because, like I said about this universal truth, the universal truth never changes. The sun been shining since the beginning, bro.
That never changed.
That never changes. It's been raining, different weather. That never changes. But, man, it's changing. We finding out more planets. We finding out more fish. We finding out a lot of things in the we finding out a lot of things in the water on land. So with that in mind, what about other things we finding out about the human body, the anatomy, the brain? So to look at things from with this tunnel vision, I mean, you doing yourself a disservice too, as well. Because see, you're gonna pass this type of mentality down to your children if you have any.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I feel validated in that, and I feel spiritually validated, I feel emotionally validated, what you said don't mean nothing to me. Because, hey, I'm all right. My God understand it. You know what I'm saying, though? You need to get in where you fit in. You need to get it. Hey, I'm going to pray for you, brother, for you to understand it the way I understand it, because right now you lost. So you know what I mean, though? They won't even look at it from their point of view. You got the problem.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. But you know what, bro? You can be, people say ignorance is bliss. You can be comfortable, and it's all forms of ignorance. You could be going to a church, to a mosque, to a synagogue, or other forms of things that you're doing. Even, like, we talk about secular education. You could be comfortable, and you still can be comfortable in your ignorance as well. So, I have a friend, man, who was talking about this stuff. He said, you know what, I think that we need to start, grasping more about concepts and ideas and ideologies instead of, like you saying, for as like religion, more so, the rituals, because a lot of times people get caught up in rituals. And like I say again, this can go from schools, secondary education. It can go through a lot of things that you never think outside the box, And if you never think outside the box on these things or challenge anything, then you'll never grow. Even when you think about scholars and stuff, bro, who come up with these systems? And it's not about the system itself, like if it's wrong, but it's like, why do you say this system is right,
man,
and everything else is wrong?
If I find out
issue.
That you lie to me about one thing, to me, you are a liar. And I'm going to question everything else that comes out of your mouth. Right? We've been lied to on so many levels about so many things. So I question everything. I encourage everyone listening, question everything. Do your research. If it don't look right, it's probably not right. If it don't sound right, it's probably not right. There's something in you telling you that's not right. But yet and still, we let that emotion take over, and then we override it. And then what do we say? I should have listened to myself. Something told me not to do that. Something told me not to go there. Mind. What is that something?
Right. That's your inner, and I agree. I had this talk too. I believe in my spirituality, which is my relationship with God.
Exactly.
And religion is just the rituals. But anyway, like you saying, bro, I agree with you 100%. And a lot of times we neglect it. They used to call it common sense, but they say common sense ain't common no more. You hear people say that stuff.
Yes, sir.
But even common sense grows. Everything grows. Have the potential for growth if you water that plant, so to speak.
You have to put the proper nourishment. Has to have the proper nourishment for it to grow, because you just can't plant it, stick it in any kind of ground and expect for it to happen.
Right.
But you're right. It has to have the proper nourishment.
And I think nature, and so I'm having a talk with a religious person. Meanwhile, I feel like I got a good heart.
Right.
And we just had this conversation. They was talking about religion to me, and I did a lot of study on different religions. Mm-hmm. I believe every religion has something good in it.
You study them; they all got the common. They got a common denominator.
Right, a common denominator, and I think it's man who's warped stuff.
Exactly.
Started changing stuff.
Exactly.
A lot of times to fit what they wanted to fit.
To fit their agenda. But, you had the different Bibles to fit the agenda. You had the Council of Nicaea to fit the agenda. Right. You had the Great Crusades to fit the agenda. You had the, you know what I mean? Right. You got all these things to fit the agenda. This is what we want. You have the Muslim religion and faith. They do the things that they do to fit the agenda. They have their particular beliefs. You have the Hindus. You have the Buddhists. You got all these people that go around doing their different things because that fits them, their agenda, that time frame, that region, that nationality, whatever it is, man. And they 100%, if you go to them and say, hey, have you ever thought about questioning this, that, and the third? Nope, not one time.
Right. But like I say, it goes back to, now, we was talking about even religious people.
Yes,
all of them still don't believe the same, because some of them are open-minded.
Yes,
all of them not the same, because I have spoke with different people. But like I was saying about, as far as a religious person, I was talking with men well, good heart, but just locked in, tunnel vision. So I was telling them, nature teaches us. Sometimes we don't have to go to a book. Just going back to what you were saying, when you know something ain't right, you feel it. They say go with your first mind.
Yes, sir.
Something bothers your conscience. You don't have to have a book for that. You get a bad vibe. You meet a person, you get a bad vibe already. Now, people call it the devil and different other names for it. I was having this talk with this person. So I was like, we divorce, somebody tell us to divorce science from religion. I say, but if it all belongs to God,
yeah,
so why do we separate these things? But again, it comes back to what you were saying earlier. If somebody want to control some things,
yes.
So it's always a little small group that want to control how you think and say, you got to go through this to be qualified to be on this level in this religion or in this, it's like politics, so to speak.
Yes.
Well, who told you that?
Politics.
Did you ever see that in the scripture?
Politics,
who told you that
did the
right. Scriptures say this? You know what I mean?
Right, B. Politics. Say it right.
Politics. But who told you this? You know what I mean? That you have to go through this to be qualified and say, hey, now you're a master at this. Or you have this certain letters in front of your name. Or this
who said that? Who set that expectation?
Right. So, you know what I mean? Meaning what we're saying, man has come up with these things and they mix it. Like you were saying, politics. But people mix these things and say this is from God. But did God really say that?
How do you know that's from him? You know what I mean, though? Like
right.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's why I asked the question, and when I talk to people about that, and they say, well, I believe this, that. Okay, and that's cool. Believe that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I'm not knocking that. Do what you do. Mm-hmm. I'm just simply saying that why is it purposely confusing and doesn't really make sense? And if you go to question that, then you're labeled something just for even asking those questions. Wouldn't right. God want you to ask questions? Didn't God give you a mind? Yeah. He gave you a thought process. He gave you, as you say, your senses to say, that don't really quite add up to me, and he gave you that. But then you're told, no, don't ask questions because you're going to be considered this. Don't say anything because that's going to show you have a lack of faith. No, it does not. But because someone says right. that, and then so many people subscribe to that same thing, yeah, that's what that means. No, that does not mean that. So then you arguing your particular point just for asking a question. That's not a lack of faith for asking a question. I think that's a tremendous show of faith because you want more answers. You're going to even dig even further because you have the nerve to ask the question rather than just being led by anything.
Yeah, and then you're right. And even when you see, again, it's, these concepts and ideologies and what whoever's leading you teaching, I mean, even when you look at the scriptures, that's how a lot of the prophets came to the understanding of that there was a higher being, a God, because they was looking into the stars, looking to the sun, the moon. So they was researching. So, you should. God gave everybody their own brain. He made everybody different, unique. You are one in a million. So why would you let somebody take that right from you? I go back to the prison thing again. When I was in prison, they locked my body up, but I never would let them lock my mind up. But really, that's dangerous to a lot of people, because when you start questioning things, that means, if I don't know the answers, that means I'm gonna have to question some things. So, instead of me
and then
saying
that forces a change. That
right,
forces a change. That means once you find out XYZ, well, a lot of the holidays, paganism. Oh man, I can't do that.
Right.
What are they gonna feel about Christmas? How they gonna feel about this? How they gonna feel about Easter? How they gonna feel about this? I shouldn't celebrate this. Once you find out the history, once you find out certain information, but again, if it doesn't fit your agenda and what you're comfortable with, you're not gonna stop doing those things because you don't want people to look at you funny. Well, it means this to me, even though it means that, right. Even though it's written that it means this, even though there's history and it's documented that it means this. Well, it means that to me. So you can make anything, you can make your mind believe anything you want it to believe.
Right. Like you can use your logic wrong.
You can use your logic wrong because if you wanted to believe, okay, how many people we know that have talked themselves into relationships, that's just garbage.
Right.
Maybe they're going to change.
Right.
Maybe they'll just show up one day. Maybe they'll love me.
Exactly.
Maybe they'll do me right. Maybe they ain't really out there cheating. Maybe they really working late.
Right.
So again, you'll talk yourself into that because your mind, you want to really believe that. This girl's pregnant. Oh my God, I can't want to believe that. Oh, I just can't be. Oh yeah, she is. Just wait 9 months, you'll find something out. So you may not want to believe some certain things because they challenge what's comfortable to you. They challenge what's knowledgeable or familiar to you. But it's still, there's nothing wrong with challenging, like I said, and asking questions and having those conversations. And that's the whole point of the show tonight. The whole point is to get the people to understand. If you're talking to anyone about anything, if you want to share ancient Kemet to those people. You want to share the Egyptians, the what they did over there, the ideals of the practices that they did, comparison to the